The wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool invites ruin. Do not be a fool today, but be one that store up knowledge. Storing up knowledge is about opening up yourself to learn from others, to gain the knowledge that they have. And that's what I do in Design Cafe. I share my knowledge for free. So guys, I tell you, take advantage of it. It won't take anything away from you, but it will gain to your life. So always aim to store knowledge up in your life. And guys, remember, if you're not walking with God, you're walking with the devil. And if your God is dead, come and try mine. Hey family, and welcome back to another week's video. In today's video, we are going to be doing the install for this property. So we're doing install in the living room area, the kitchenette area, and the dining room area. So those are the three main spaces that we're going to be doing any install today. Matter of fact, those are the three spaces that we're concentrating on for, anything new in this design for my client. So guys, I want you to stay tuned and be intrigued. You will not see the reveal today, but you definitely will see all of the install. I want the reveal to be different. I want to use it like a design cafe type thing where I go over each piece and I explain why I did what I did, where I got it from, and so forth. So I want that video to be different and separate from the installation video. So do tune in next week, or should I say on Sunday, for that part of this video, and that will be the final reveal of this entire episode. Let me take the time out to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy this channel. I try my best on here to be very educational. I try my best to be very organic and very positive on my channel. So if that is what you're looking for, guys, stick around. I'm always doing something around here, whether it's a DIY or it's just vlogging style. Sometimes you get vlogs, sometimes you get DIY, sometimes you get lifestyle. It's different. So it all depends on what's going on in my life or in my business at the time. So I want to welcome you guys, and I want to thank you guys for trusting Watch Chrissy work, as she told you guys that, hey, go check this girl out, and you came, you checked me out. And I hope you guys enjoy the channel, and thank you so much for joining my family. Okay family, so what we're working on right now is the installation. So if you remember from the video from with Watch Chrissy work, when I was at her house and she spoke about this artwork that she was so in love with, this is the artwork that she was talking about. When I tell you this artwork is very abstract, but it still is very minimal, and I really love this artwork. It turned out beautiful. It really elevated the space. And you're going to see in this, when I do the reveal, I'm going to explain to you why the design is how it is and why you do things this way. And, some people would prefer something very fussy or a lot of glam going on here. But we have to remember that this home belongs to a male. This house does not belong to a female. Therefore, I had to know what his likes are. And again, he's like me. The older that we get, the less we want to see. Okay, so the next piece of artwork that we are putting up is we got all the artwork actually from HomeSense. So this one is going in the kitchenette area, and that's the only thing that we want to put over there on that wall. There is a light that we're going to hang here as well, and when the light is there, is going to do what it needs to do. Nothing else is going to be needed in this space.
Oh, it looks so crooked. I joke.
Really?
Listen. The monk level and measurement me see him do this, so that couldn't be crooked.
And people are very picky people when we do like this, because normally it's like, oh my God, You know, I always everything I go for a bit, you know, quicker and faster, but man.
So what I'm explaining to him here is that I want the mirror to be hung the same, not above the artwork that's on the previous wall. So you want your line of sight to be continuous. Okay, family, so the next stuff I'm gonna have him hang for me is the mirror. Now I normally do this stuff myself, right? I can do it myself, but I had so much doing outside of this and limited time, I decided to pay someone to get it done for me. So he's doing all of the hanging of the mirrors, hanging of the artwork, any lights that I needed to hang, I let him do all of that. The only thing that we did was the install of the trims on the wall. I was gonna let him do that, but when I realized that I would not have enough time, he would not have enough time to get all of this done in my time frame, we took on that task, and I'm glad that I did, because that's how my mind gets creative, right? So I got really creative when I was doing this in terms of what I wanted to see, how I wanted this to look, and when it hit me like a light bulb, that's when I moved. If I had given him this design to do, it wouldn't have, I wouldn't have changed it up the way that I did, so it would not have come out how it came out now. So that's why I like to do things. I'm very hands-on in my designs. I do like to delegate things out, but there are specific things that I know will take the whole look of the design. Those things I like to be very hands-on in and get them done myself, or be very, very involved. So when we went shopping, I showed the owner a few different mirrors, and this is the mirror that he chose. Now, some designs that I will do, people would say, hey, you do it. Then some people would know what they want, but don't know what they want, if you understand what that means. And then I have to guide them. He knows what he wants. His taste is very, very expensive, but it's very minimal. He does not want to see a lot of stuff around him, hence this very minimalistic design. Okay, I was glad that he was here this time to go shopping with me and make his selections, because before, you have to take pictures of stuff, you have to send to get approval, but once he's here, and he's quick with it, he does not take long to make decisions, and I just love that about him. I love when I have a male client. I love it, I love it, I love it. They make quick decisions, and their decisions are final. Is now going back and forth with it. And one thing with him is he trusts my process. Okay, so he selected, I showed him 3 different mirrors. He selected this particular mirror, and I would have selected this mirror as well. I was thinking to go with a more rectangle looking mirror or something that had those type of lines on it, but I'm glad that I broke up all of the lines and brought this curvature into the design. So it turned out beautiful, and I really, appreciate when he said, nah, I think I like this one. This is the one I want to go with. That's final. So this was a really, really good choice.
Access to the door, but where does he put this stuff to go? Because you can drop it over here.
He got right touch phone. I don't know where he gone.
He said he went to have a young lady, something or something. I like this book. That's a nice design. Huh?
I have one. Y'all sell them.
Really? Expensive book?
Y'all sell them.
I'm sure it's expensive. That's one of the $50 books.
We bought, I don't know how much he paid for that one yesterday. I can check the price.
It's really nice. Look at the design of this thing. So what are you gonna do? I was trying to figure out what
You still off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still not centered. See if it's centered on the wall itself. So is the table, is that table? Okay, I measured it off the table, that's right. Okay, so you push the table over.
Okay, onto this side wall. So this wall is opposite to the wall that has the trims on it, and this is the entry into the home. So I wanted to do like a collage here. It didn't turn out how I wanted to turn out, but if I do go back down there for the final install of the stuff, I will fix this. Because there is an extra artwork that's on the floor, and it has like this wacky looking tree on it. I would put that in the middle and then put these on each side so that it would take up more wall space. So the way I told him to hang it is I told him to put 2 inches in between, but for the 2 inches in between I would have needed 6 of these and not 4. And then the artwork that we're putting in it, I asked the owner what type of artwork. You always have to ask the owner, because what I always do is I leave space for the owners to implement their own selves into the design. And this is one of the ways that I did that. I gave him the option to put up these frames. He said yes to it, and then I gave him the option to select what type of art he wants to go in there, whether it was going to be family photos or it was going to be, you know, whatever he wanted it to be. And he wanted rocks. So he said, I want some images with like some rocks in it, or some with like some beach scenes. So that's him being implemented into it. And then he sent me some photos of some sunsets on a beach, but I told him I wanted it to be black and white. So all of it was in black and white. And then he sent me some images of some rocks. So I had to go, I looked for those images. I got them printed and I installed them into the art. So you'll see all of that in the reveal. But again, this is where, when I always say you have to leave, you can't just go in and design an entire space and don't leave something for the client to put their personality into it, okay? It's not everyone that's gonna want family photos. Majority of my clients do not want family photos. I don't know why. I know for me, I find like family, too many frames take away from the design style that I am going with. And I guess that's how they're seeing it. And they like to probably put these more in a personal space. But most people don't want that. Some people do, most people don't. Here I am starting to do some of the decors. I'm starting to decorate. So I'm going to decorate this sideboard here in the dining room. I am cleaning the mirror, but of course I'm too short. So I had to get him to come and do the top part of it for me. Babe was not here. I sent him to the store for me. So he went to come back. And while I'm waiting for him to come back, I am starting this because we're trying to get out of here today. Okay, we're trying to leave by this evening to go back to Georgia because we have to return the following day to come back down here. Yes, we did a round trip. So I am doing this install. So the first thing I want to do is I am cleaning the mirror. Now, when I'm doing my installs, I literally clean the property. Okay, so we mop, we sweep, all of that is going to happen. I don't just do install and leave the place untidy. So I got this book stand from Amazon, and it came with like this other plastic see-through piece, And I was like, what is this for? Me and the owner trying to figure out, what is this for? What is this for? But when this book became too heavy for it, I was like, oh, I know what it's for. So you actually like push it in the middle and install it, and it will keep the stand from the book. It would help to hold the weight of the book. This vase, we got it from HomeGoods. Now, this vase was on sale for like about $14.99, and the line was extremely long, and we only had this vase and like 2 other things. And when I tell you, the owner was like, I'm not standing on the line for no $14.99, like, we need to go. Like, and I told him, I said, listen, if we don't get through in 15 minutes, we'll leave. But and we got those 2 books as well from HomeGoods. But I really wanted to get that vase. That vase, when I saw it, I was like, it's the perfect color. And I love that the top opening part of it had that slant. Okay, so I thought it was perfect, and I thought it was worth staying on the line for. In the end, we end up getting it. He was like, oh my God, we've been on the line for 45 minutes. I said, no, we have not. After this, we went into Pottery Barn, and he does not look at prices. I love that about him, but I also have to control it with him, because I'd be like, are you really going to pay that for that? I don't think it's worth it, right? He doesn't check prices. So I had to kind of control that when he's around me. I will show you some of the things that he purchased. He had no idea what they cost. He just knew he liked it, so he purchased it. And when I told him what it cost, he was like, what? I was, yeah. So these stems, I got these from Hobby Lobby, and I bought 2 of them just in case, but I knew I wanted it to look very sporadic. Like, I wanted it to be very minimal and very, I didn't want the branches to look like they were taking up too much airspace, but I wanted them to be very airy. And the owner actually walked in the house at this point, and I was asking Babe what he thinks, and Babe, he likes to see a vase filled out, but I always tell him it's not every branch you can fill out a vase with. It's not going to look right. And this was this was that type of occasion. This vase did not need to be filled out because of how the shape of the vase is, how the mouth part of the vase is, right? So they told me, go ahead and add the second one. Let's see how it is. And as soon as I put it in, the owner was like, nope, I prefer the one vase, the one stem only. So we stuck with one stem in there. Now these branches, you definitely have to play with them, open it up how you want it, bend and shape them the way you want them. I just wanted it to just barely go across the mirror. That's all I want, and let the mirror reflect. So here I am adding the second one, and as soon as I put it in, everybody saw how fussy it looked, and like that was way too much. Okay, we wanted something that looked very minimal. The design is very minimal, so when you're doing the install of the different things, you have to always keep that in mind. Minimal, 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 minimal. Okay, you will see that I did change out the black bowl that I had shown earlier, and I changed it to this white one. The black had worked, but it didn't work. It was too low. This white one just have this elegance to it, and I love this bowl. This is the second time I've bought this bowl. We bought it before, and we had bought 2 to put in a client's home. I saw it this time. I was like, oh my gosh, I want this. And we got it this time, and it's doing the same thing in this space. This is from HomeGoods, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bowl. I really, really love this bowl, and I love how elegant and simple it is at the same time. Guys, I am literally bending and moving each part of the stems on this branch. If there's one thing I know about this owner, when I did his last house, he doesn't touch anything. So if I come back to this house 2 years from now, this table is gonna look just like this. The only thing they'll do is clean, but it's gonna look just like this. He does not touch anything. So that's why I have to make sure it looks so perfect and that it can stand the test of time. Now there's one thing that I always teach my family on here is that when you're doing anything, you want to stand off from it. You want to do your thing, stand off from it, look at it and see where you can fail or if it just looks fine. Now, I picked up some candlesticks and I knew I wanted to put some candlesticks somewhere. And when I stood off, because I used that white vase, over on that side was looking a little bit empty because, you know, you have the white wall, you have the white vase, and you have the books that's showing off the white as well. So I added the candlesticks to that. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the table, clean the table off. So that's the owner. He was about to step out, and I was telling him by the time he gets back, I will be gone. And he was like, "You're gonna finish all of this?" Yeah. So Babe and I tag team. Babe went upstairs. He cleaned what needed to get clean upstairs. Did what needed to happen upstairs. And then here now, he's going to steam the curtains for me. And while he steamed the curtains, I am going to fix this table here in the kitchenette area. And after that, I'll tidy up the bar, on the countertop for the bar and the kitchen. And then we'll be ready to head on out of here after, like on my way out, I will do another sweep again and make sure everything is straight before we leave out the house. Because I knew that we were coming back in 2 days. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. You'll call that 2 days. That we'll be back there. We was leaving that Saturday and we would have been back that Monday. So the plant that's in the corner, we had that from the old house and it didn't have a planter for it. So I did go to Home Depot and picked up a planter. I was looking at home. I couldn't find a planter, and then I went to Home Depot. Now the owner likes to have these placemats out. I put the placemats out and then I was like, I'm not putting these placemats out because I don't do it in my own house. Like, I don't like it. I was like, when he wants to use a placemat, he'll put it out himself, but I'm not gonna style it with the placemats. So I removed you see, I was laying them out and I was like, I ain't doing it. My brain ain't letting me do it. So I did move them. Now that vase that I just put on the table, we got that from West Elm. I have no idea what the price of it is. Not West Elm, Pottery Barn. I don't know what the price is. That is one of the things we went in there. Him and I liked it. He picked it up and told the lady, put it on the counter. No price was asked. The AD book, we also got that from Pottery Barn. I was looking for that in HomeGoods, but they didn't have any. I did needed like 2 more of these stems to go in that jar. Again, if I go back down, I'll probably completely change them out because I have a different idea now. I'll probably change them out if I do go back down in November. But for now, that's what I did to just add a little bit of color, but still keeping it very minimal. Okay. So these draperies, I got the draperies from Amazon. The shares, he's always had those from the previous apartment, and then the rods are actually Triverse rods. That's what he wanted. He requested those. Normally I would have used regular rods, but this is what he requested. I don't normally use these in properties because they are more pricier than regular rods, but you have to know what your client, like the type of client you have and what they're looking for. These pendants that you're seeing, those are from RH, and we got those installed. Chrissy uncle actually did that install, and I'm now working on the kitchen. I am tidying up the kitchen. Like, the way I move is like I move things from one spot to the next, and now that we're in the kitchen, that's the last part for me to clean. Everything here has to go where they belong, and so that's what we're doing now. And when I'm finished there, then all I have to do is exit. Babe already put her stuff in the car. He already packed the car up, so we are ready to roll as soon as I'm finished with the kitchen. Oh guys, you guys know me. I always tell you guys, I hate to see a lot of stuff on top of the counter. The client has this dish rack on top of the counter. I wanted, like, so many times when I was washing dishes, because I cooked every day while I was here. Every day I cooked. I wanted to remove this doggone thing off of the counter. And I kept saying to myself, this is what the man wants. This is his house. Leave that man thing alone. So I did leave it. But I was like, why don't he just store these dishes in the dishwasher and get this thing off the counter? But to each its own. Okay, family, that's the end of today's video. Please return on Sunday. Sunday, you will get the final reveal of the property, where I will do a walkthrough and explain the design for you. Okay, so see you guys on Sunday. Have a blessed rest of your week, guys, and bye for now. Always remember, never let your budget dictate your style, but create a space that you love. Design for life.